Yeah, confession. I know about this game. I don't know if I should say it or not, but I edited a video for someone that played this that I am no longer friends with. But I always wanted to play this game. So let's go. Let me tell you a story. It was late that night. I was driving through some backwoods to visit friend. Oh, this sounds like a spooky story before going to bed. Then, I spotted something on the side of the road. That's when I first saw you. Sticking your thumb out, looking for a lift. So I decided to stop and help you out. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me get the trigger warnings up for this actually. So, for anyone that has sensitivity to death, violence, unreality, self-harm, gore, physical and mental abuse, some flashing lights and sudden loud sounds, so if you have a history of epilepsy, disturbing visuals and audio, strong language, and religious themes, please be careful. Oh, thank you for the hydrate solstice. So I decided to stop and help you out. Is that me? Am I? Okay, this is the. I must be the driver. The night was so dark that I could barely see your face, but I managed to catch a glimpse of you through my faded headlights. Your front was smeared with dirt and grime, and your hair stuck out in every direction. You asked me for a ride to the next town over. I said yes. I watched you climb into the back seat. I'm not creepy at all. We rode together in silence for miles. There was no radio signal out here, so music wasn't much of an option. I could barely hear you breathing. Sometimes, I forgot you were there at all. I could feel myself starting to nod off. Well, what? You shouldn't be driving then, dumbass. Dust and the headlights swam in lazy streams. And just as I started to drift away... Oh, sorry, random person, I picked up, you're dead now. Something pierced through my stomach. My arms were around my waist from behind the seat, your fingers clutching a bloody stab. Listen, I know I was gonna get us in a car crash, but you didn't need to stab me to death. My throat closed up, my mind went blank. My senses screaming. I lost control of the wheel. I think you being asleep was not the issue. Listen, I know I'm a little bit of a creep, but this is a bit of an overreaction. Stabbing me? Come on. My head was pounding. Needles pricked across my skin, cut with shattered bone and shrapnel. Every breath I took was harder than the last. There was no one else in these woods. There's no one around to help. I was going to die here. Next to me, I could see you coughing up blood. Your arms were embedded with broken glass. I asked you why you did it. There is no point, after all. Now, we're both going to die, with no one around to fix our bodies. I really like Trauma Center, and I wanted to try and be a surgeon. He gave me a wry smile as my vision faded to black. He spoke, with a voice like gravel and serrated teeth. He told me that you couldn't help it. Just another normal day, just gotta stab someone to get through. I see, I understand. I would have done the same. It was in your nature. I loved Trauma Center, both the Wii and DS. Yeah, for like a good part of like my high school, I wanted to become a surgeon Not because I wanted to get money, not because of that. It was just because I played Trauma Center and wanted to become a surgeon like Derek. Same with Phoenix Wright. When I played Phoenix Wright, I was like, dang, I want to be a defense attorney. And when I played Dot Hack, I wanted to be a hacker. Let me see. There's more to this, right? That was end 1. Let me tell you a story. My name's not important. Never liked it much anyway. I was driving that night to visit a friend on the other side of the mountains. Never met them in person before, but they needed my help. That was all that mattered. This place really was out in the middle of nowhere, though. Not a sign of civilization to be seen. I was messing around with the radio when I saw you. A scrawny thing in dirty clothes, sticking your thumb out. So I got no choice here. Can I save? I guess not. I decided to stop. I decided to stop. What the hell, you know? I felt bad for you. Maybe you really needed the help. I don't think I could have lived with myself if I'd abandoned someone in a bad spot. So I flashed my headlights and pulled over beside you. As soon as I got out of the car, I could tell I made the right call. You look like shit. Your knees on your pants were all scuffed, and your whole body was smudged with dirt. Reminds me of this one tweet talking about how the only thing that cheered OP up as a kid from, I think, their dad being in jail or was a divorce, was their mom going, okay, this is gonna be just like Ace Attorney. Oh, save is not needed. Gotcha. You needed help. Badly. Hey, you alright? Where are you headed? He looked at me with a blank stare, as if I was saying nothing but meaningless noise. I sighed and took a step forward. He eyed me rarely. Look, you need a ride, right? I'm taking you somewhere. Then, can you at least give me a direction? Weast! You seemed to consider this for a while. You ran your fingernails up and down your arms, as if you were scratching at something. Yeah, this person got in like a fight. That looks like fresh wounds on the arms. After a bit, he finally looked at me in the eyes. Is there a town nearby? I could tell just by listening to you that you desperately needed a drink. Unfortunately, I didn't think the half-empty soda sitting in my cup holder would cut it. I mean, it's something. A bite? Not for a while yet. But there should be a gas station at the next exit. About a 20-minute drive or so. You chewed your lip in silence. Do you want me to take you there? He nodded slowly. Have you ever, watched any true crime videos? Please. So I stepped back towards the car and opened the door to the... Well, they were in the back seat last time. Maybe passenger side. I opened the door to the passenger side. How did this dude end up in here, though? Those wounds do not help his case. Yeah! And he did kill me with a scalpel. He seemed harmless enough. There's no point in being rude. He didn't move. Everything okay? I get tripped up when games use like me to refer to me, the player, and then you as like the person that you're talking to. Because I'm also used to games saying you as in me as well. So like when I see you, I have to take a moment and be like, oh, that's not me. Still nothing. I figured you were just nervous. I didn't blame you. This is a pretty weird situation. Then notice you were mumbling something under your breath. Oh no, they're casting a spell. Not Hey, no worries if it's too much, okay? If you want, I can always call a police station if I... No. Refusel's so quick I had to take a second to even register it. Yeah, they don't want the police coming because they did something with that scalpel. Oh, whoops, what did I do? I guess I accidentally opened up Task Manager. You sure? Must have struck a nerve. Without another word, you brushed past me and slid inside. I tried to give your shoulder a reassuring pat as you got in. As reassuring as I could manage, anyway. You almost hit your head on the roof when my hand made contact. You've been a little touchy-feely, my guy. Hey. What? Seatbelt. And no response. I glanced over my shoulder and pointed at the belt buckle. You wanna go flying through the window? I mean, be my guest. Put it on. I'm not moving this car until you do. He's gonna stab me, isn't he? He blinked at me, slowly, before pulling on the seatbelt. He examined it like it was a foreign object, as you crossed it over your waist and looked it into the buckle. Honey. Rosa-chan! Oh my god, thank you, Rosa-chan! Thank you. Do you want any of the things you sent me? Thank you so much. Oh, sorry, I saw your DM. It is a-okay. No worries, no worries. But thank you so much, Rosa! That is... Rabbits are OP, right? They are! We're the most powerful creature in the world. No, it's okay. Well, just wanted to support. Okay. Well, thank you. I think considering all the math, we are... Yeah, we have one more giveaway. So let me just... let me just roll another thing. Wheel of names. Oh god, it still has my stuff from the punishment wheel from last time. I do one more draw. Considering the invisible numbers, we may as well. Here, let me make this visible for you guys. You guys can see this, right? There we go. Hey! Let's see who gets a third prize. It's Solstice! Solstice, you get a third prize. So let me know what third thing you would like. Congrats. I'm still getting the damn heads of the coins. Our big winner today, Solstice. So let me add that to my timers. That was 10, so that is... What is that? How much is that again? 30 minutes times 3, so an hour and 30 minutes. Where's my thing at? Marathon timer, there it is. Add time, 1 hour, 30 minutes. And there we go. Thank you so much, Solstice. I'll be honest, I want Jackie to get it. Are you sure? I can give it to Jackie then. If you want. Yeah? Okay. Jackie, you get 3 prizes, Jackie. Congratulations, Jackie. Jackie is making out like a bandit with the prizes. Let's see. With a sigh, I turned back towards the wheel and started up the engine. Donkin. The radio still wasn't working. It was really starting to piss me off. I guess there wasn't much signal that far out. And all the while, you hardly made a sound. It was like you weren't even there. But you were. I checked. Quiet as a corpse, with her cheek pressed against the window. Get something for Lynn IDK. Yeah, if Lynn likes anything from the list. We drove for miles, endless stretches of the same road, same trees, same dark expanse. For all we knew, could have been driving in place. Things started getting blurry. My eyelids were heavy from the weight of all the hours on the road. I didn't want to risk falling asleep at the wheel, so I went ahead and downed the last of my energy drink. It was long since flat. The sugar and gunk and artificial flavors all stuck to my teeth. Gross. I needed something more substantial to keep me awake. Music would have been fine, but the radio still refused to cooperate. Well, go talk to the buddy in the car with you. Or, you could just tell him you need to take a nap. What to do? If he's running away from the police, I'm sure he won't mind. He can just hide in the trunk for a little bit so the police don't see him. Oh, right. As I heard you shuffling around in your seat, I realized that some friendly conversation could definitely keep me up. I hardly knew anything about you after all. You were just What was that? Total stranger. Yeah, they can hide you in the trunk, surely. I'm sure that's what they'll do when they stab me again. No harm in breaking the ice, right? So I glanced over towards you and spoke. Hey, so what are you? Dead. Managed to see your scalpel, seconds before it went straight through my eye. Ugh! Next thing I knew, we were both crashing through the windshield. Well, that's why I told you to wear your seatbelt, dummy! A tree. Was it a boulder, maybe? I couldn't tell. As soon as my vision went red, the wheel slipped out of my fingers and I crashed straight into something. My head was pounding. The muck that was left in my eye leaked down my chin. It's always the eye injuries that get me. The only thing that kept me from passing out was the pain. Like, whenever there's, eye injuries, I can just somehow feel it, you know? Needles prickled across my skin, cut with shattered bone and shrapnel. Every breath I took was harder than the last. There was no one else in these woods. There was no one around to help. Yeah. I was going to die here. Next to me, I heard you yelp in pain. Through the blood, I saw your leg twisted in ways it never should be. This was the end for both of us. Instead of screaming, crying, begging for my life, all I could feel was anger. My mouth started moving before my thoughts could. Oh, are we gonna kill him? What the fuck is wrong with you? Every word tasted like iron. Because of this. Because of you. Now we're both dead. Even with my sight melting away, I felt your eyes boring into me. Is this what you wanted? Your head lolled to the side as you choked and gasped, wiping your mouth on your arm. The veins in your neck bulged. I could see it. I could see it then clearly now. I wanted to wrap my hands around your throat and squeeze more than I've wanted anything else in my entire life. No. Then why? I pounced on your response like a rabid animal. I had to know. I deserved to. I heard your nails scrape across the gravel, hair curtaining your face. Who? What? You cleared your voice and tried again. Your voice was thick with blood. Whose fault is this? Bro, you're the one that stabbed me in the eye! What the fuck you saying? I would have dropped you off! Answer me. You? Yours, dumbass! Yeah. We wouldn't have crashed if you didn't stab me in the eye, dumbass! Whose fault? Whose fault is it anyway? Who is to blame for this ending? Oh, are you getting all meta on me? Speak the next one in red then, dummy! The one to blame is... you. You! Obviously! You stabbed me in the fucking eye! How possible? I got in too heated. I had to take a second to wheeze, feeling my lungs sting. What possible reason could you have had? Just want to stab and find out. You know, honestly, understandable. None. You ever just get those invasive thoughts when you're driving in a car? Like, what would happen if I just steered us away? I just took the wheel from the person driving and just crashed us. He had an invasive thought and he acted on it. Understandable, honestly. I stopped in my tracks, mouth hung open like a dead fish. What? There was no reason. No reason at all. Because it was not a reasonable thing to do, then why'd you do it? He was just being silly. Surely he's just a silly guy. Somehow, it felt like you were speaking much clearer all of a sudden. And I saw movement in your direction. Were you standing up? I did it because I am a bad person. That is all there is to it. Okay, I'm a bad person too. I couldn't keep the eye I had left open any longer, even as my mind raced. I felt someone, you, right next to me. A creeping heat that sent goosebumps running up my neck. Because, for people like me, I heard the smile in your voice. It's in my nature. Wait, wasn't the last ending end one? Are these all end one? Never learn, do you? Nani? I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep playing. Not like that. Huh? Let me tell you a story. Not all. My name's not important. Never liked it much anyway. I was driving that night to visit a friend. I never met them in person. No sign of civilization. My windshield had gotten cracked somehow. No clue when that happened. You know, probably in the last reality where we got in a car crash. This really is Umineko when you really think about it. It's no big deal. The car had already seen much better days. My little crack wouldn't do any more harm. You know, that line when I pressed start was in red, and I did tell them to speak in red. Maybe they were listening. Even though I don't remember having it. I was messing around with the radio when I saw you. Okay. Let's keep driving. Bye! Bye! I kept right on driving. Like hell was I falling for that? Stranger out here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere asking for a lift? Are you kidding? You're not even using the lift app, dumbass! You think I'm an Uber? Call me superstitious, but that sounded like the beginning of a ghost story. See ya, bozo. That does remind me that one night when I got off work, I was walking home, and like, okay, it takes 3 hours to get to my house from walking from my work, because it's like a town over. And I don't want to say where I live, but I live like in like a very long stretch of like road and stuff. And there's like a bunch of orchards and stuff around there. And so I was walking and it got like really dark because it was in winter time, so it got dark faster. And I was like, You know, it's getting a little dark. And if, like, someone is in this orchard, like, no one would see me if I get killed. And I was like listening to, like, I think I was listening to, like, Human Nikki, like, fan albums or stuff when I was walking. And then I started getting nervous. So then I was like, you know, I'm just gonna get a Lyft ride home. And then as I was waiting on the person to pick me up, I was like, it's gonna look a little creepy that I'm, like, out on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere near an orchard waiting for a Lyft ride, isn't it? Is the person gonna think that I might try to kill them? and so, like, I sent a message to them, like, trying to be like, please don't cancel picking up me, please, I'm not a bad person. And I'm like, sorry for the weird area, I asked you to pick me up, I just got tired of walking. You didn't, I did. And it was a lady too, so I was like, I don't want to make her nervous because she's like a lady. She's like a lady driving out in the middle of nowhere on the side of the road near an orchard where, like, no one can hear her scream if I, like, did anything to her. So I wanted to, like, be like, please don't cancel, please don't cancel, please don't cancel. I used to do Uber years back if someone tells me that I cancel. Luckily for me, she didn't cancel. She wound up being like, yeah, if you ever have anything like that happen, here's, like, my number. She gave me, like, well, no, not her number. She gave me her, like, Instagram. I'm like, oh, I don't use Instagram. I wonder if I still have a note of her Instagram in my phone. I put, like, a bunch of notes because, like, Lyft drivers will be like, hey, if you ever need this, do this, and I do this thing and this thing. So yeah, I am this creepy dude on the side of the road. I'm on the side of the road at, like, fucking 10 p.m. Pitch black, dark as hell, middle of winter, near an orchard with no lights, nothing. Waiting for a Lyft to give me a ride home. I sure as hell wasn't planning on dying anytime soon. I still felt your eyes on me as I sped past you, all the way down the road. A fucking kidding fucking Hikeback, dude. Never saw you again. Or did you? End V, common sense. Oh, we got more than an eye this time. I'm sure my eye will get stabbed this time. Hey! Maybe if I... Let me tell you a story. It's not important. Same thing. You won't see that coming. Never see it coming. By the time it's hit you, your last surprise. Okay, same thing. Yep, let's stop. What the hell, you know? I felt bad for you. Maybe you really needed the help. Yeah, totally. In the middle of the night, in an orchard, with no one around to hear you scream. Yeah, totally. My legs started hurting. And I got scared that someone was gonna come out and stab me. I'm not gonna stab you, though. For sure. I don't think I could have lived with myself if I abandoned someone in a bad spot. So I flashed my headlights and pulled over beside you. Thanks for the car, dumbass! As soon as I got out of the car, I could tell I made the right call. Yeah, same stuff. Yo, he must be number 8 from Kids Next Door. I sighed and took a step forward. He eyed me warily. Look, you need a ride. 4 games in one day. Elliot has become John Streamer. Yup. I'm streaming. It's a subathon. I'm streaming non-stop, baby. Run your fingernails up and down your arm. Is there a town nearby? Variety streamer. Truly peak. I play all the creepy games and then talk about my creepy life experiences, like how I creeped out that one Lyft driver that one time. peak gameplay. I'm clicking. There should be a gas station at the next exit. About a 20-minute drive or so. Damn, this really is set where I live. It really is 20 minutes from here to get to a gas station. It'll bumfuck nowhere. You better be praying you got someone to bring you some gas if you break down here, bozo. You chewed your lip in silence. You want me to take you there? Creepy life experiences, such as kissing a poster. Yeah, I did do that. I did that. I kissed my action figures, too. He nodded slowly. Please. So I stepped back towards the car and opened the door to the back seat. Better safe than sorry. He stared at me for only a moment before climbing inside. Hey. What? Seatbelt. And no response. I turned around in my seat and pointed at the belt buckle. Put it on. I'm not moving this car until you do. And then they stabbed me! You rolled your eyes as you tugged on the seatbelt, as if we'd had this conversation before. Oh, he knows. With a sigh, I turned back towards the wheel and started up the engine. What up? What is this game about? We are a creepy car driver that picks up a creepy guy standing out in the middle of nowhere waiting for a ride, and we keep getting stabbed by him and going through a time loop where we keep offering him jobs. Or not jobs, lifts. And when we try to drive away, we get a common sense ending. The radio still wasn't working. It was really starting to piss me off. I wish more games had that. The common sense ending. It's not the one that's going to progress the plot, but it's the realistic choice that you should choose. I guess there wasn't much signal that far out. And all the while, you hardly made a sound. It's like you weren't even there. Like, can you imagine if you played Amnesia Memories? And like in Toma's route, when you get to like a certain point, you can just like call the police? Wouldn't that be a fun ending? We drove for miles, endless stretches of the same road, same trees, same dark expanse. Well, leaving him behind is the way. For all we knew, we could have been driving in place. Things started getting blurry. My eyelids were heavy from the weight of all the hours on the road. I didn't want to risk falling asleep, so I... Huh? Also, I think Sir Charles skipped already seen dialogue. Oh, okay. The can was completely empty. Weird. It's almost like I drank it in another universe. Been so sure that I still had some left. When did I drink it? Had I forgotten somehow? Tried to shake this weird sense of deja vu in my head and keep my eyes on the road. Still nothing from the back seat. I adjusted my rear view so I could get a look at what you were up to. I could barely see a thing. My throat closed up. Stabbed my throat. What had I been thinking, letting you into my car? I had no idea who you were, what you wanted, or what you were capable of. Don't worry, sir. I'm just some random rabbit on the road listening to you, my Nicky music. I'm totally not mentally deranged. My legs are just hurting. For all I knew, you could be hiding my body in a highway ditch somewhere by the morning. You were just a total stranger. How far were we from somewhere safe? Something happened. Would anyone come to help? As these thoughts swarmed my head, he stabbed me! I heard you moving around in the back seat. Totally not. Just making sure to let you know I'm a good boy. My chest felt tight as panic surged inside of me. I swore that I could feel your breath on my neck. Were you about to kill me? I had to do something. Now. Scream! So Elio, I need Japanese help. Yeah? Let's speak up. What do you need help with? What is this? Let me see. Toshin? Toshin? So, like, Toshin is like, not like a. I'm not sure what Toshin they're going for. Like, satisfied? Baseball? Inner city? Heart? Center? Yeah, Toshin. Wait, it's takedown. Oh, charge. Okay. Why did it do 95% of their health and recoil damage? My friend is playing the Gen 4 beta, and she used this move, and it fucked them up. Oh, okay. This beta sucks. Okay, so this is charge, then. I see. Sorry, continue. It's okay. My mouth suddenly felt very dry. With a deep breath, I spoke. What do you think you're doing? Almost as soon as the words left my mouth. You stabbed me! Yippee! Oh hey, a CG. Also, hold on. I gotta use the bathroom real fast. I'll be right back. I'm sorry! I'll do the hydrate. I'll do the hydrated head pats when I'm back. Ah! up my pillow. Whew. Thank you again for the hydrate cran and the head pats. What did they do to him? What is this? He looks off. Did they like shrink his ears? What? Did they like shrink his ears and enlarge his tail? What did they do to my boy? What the fuck? Why Plusle? They knew he was my favorite. Also, while I was away to go use the bathroom, my cousin was in the bathroom, so I just kind of like stood in the front room watching my uncle watching TV, and he was watching a TV show about like werewolves. and he was like, "They're just like you." And I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "I got long hair and long ears." They made this in Gen 3. I don't know why it looks so fucked in a Gen 4 beta. That's fine. Maybe the sprites from Gen 4 were bad. I don't know. I never played Gen 4 much. Gen 4 is probably my least played Pokemon. My arms wrapped around my chest from behind, and something cold and sharp pressed against my neck. Gen 3 looked good though. What was it a compliment? I don't know. I think he was just being random. He does that a bit. I'm merely taking cautionary measures. I gripped the steering wheel like it was my last chance. Blood roared in my head. One flinch, one speed bump. That's all it would take for this stranger to slit my throat. As I swallowed, my skin sank a bit deeper into the blade. How so? Simple. You could stop this car and kill me at any time, or drop me off somewhere to rot in captivity. If it was me, I would have won. Nah, I'd win. If you so wished, you could even crash this car and watch me burn, safe behind an airbag. Or crash the car. Well, there you go, Linux. No, it didn't seem like the best time to mention that I took the airbags out of this thing years ago. Nah, I'd crash the car. I'd not get stabbed. But this way, you cannot kill me without killing yourself. And in turn, I cannot kill you without killing myself either. Also, who the fuck removes their airbags? Who does that? Oh, thank you for the raid, Risa! Vitaluna, thank you so much, Risa! What were you playing? Hi everyone coming in from Risa's stream. My name is Elia Lappy. I am a bunny from outer space, and I like playing visual novels, JRPGs, and RPG Maker horror games. Today we are playing a visual novel where we pick up a creepy person on the side of the road that keeps stabbing me, and we keep repeating stuff because we're in like a time loop. Trigger warnings for anyone coming in that are sensitive to it. Here are the trigger warnings. There's death, violence, unreality, self-harm, gore, physical and mental abuse, some flashing images and sudden loud sounds, disturbing visuals and audio, strong language, and religious themes. So if you are sensitive to that, I completely understand if you don't stick around. But thank you so much for the raid! Gotta remove the airbags. It makes the car move more. Yeah, hello. I've been told I can't take the kneecap, so I'll steal ya. I got nothing. Yeah, you can steal my donuts. It's okay, I'll share some with you. Gotta remove the airbags. It makes the car more aerodynamic. Yeah, what were you playing, Riza? I really gotta go make or get some food, so I'll just be looking for a bit. Well, thank you. I hope you had a good stream. Enjoy your foodie. This way, you cannot kill me without killing yourself. In turn, I cannot kill you without killing myself either. Yeah, unreality means you question the reality you're living in, if it's real or not. I'm actually making a video about that, kind of. Thus, we are even. Does that make sense? I know what to make the title now. We waited for an answer. You have a point. I could kill you. I'd win. I racked my brain for any good answers, and I came up empty. I couldn't really argue with that now, could I? The brother in Christ you think, therefore you are. I sighed, thinking not to myself about how close I was to dying at any moment as I drove. What, have you never had a moment where you thought that, like, reality was like a video game, and, like, you're just a character that people are playing, like, everyone knows your thoughts, like, inside of your head, but they're not saying anything because they're laughing because you're, like, the Truman Show? I've had that thought. I've had that thought a lot. I'm like, what if I think about it a little too much. I'm like, what if the people that come into my streams are just because, like, they're watching, like, this TV show and they're like, huh, I'm a chatter in this person's chat. Laugh about that, you know? Yeah, if I was having a mental breakdown. Oddly specific Truman Show. I sighed, trying not to think about how close I was to dying at any moment as I drove. I admit it, you do have a point there, but, happens when we make it to the gas station. You know, what's keeping you from killing me as soon as I stop the car? You huffed. I have no reason to. All I need is the ride. Sure, I guess. But why should I believe that? You're already threatening to kill me and all. You would just have to trust me. I mean, I guess I have to. You have a knife against my chest. He drives a hard bargain. Also, nice eye, stranger. Yeah, you mind if I, stab it out? Trust you, huh? I don't think I'd trust anyone that has a knife against my throat. Well, we're strangers, yeah? I don't know a thing about you. Trusting you is a pretty big ask. So, can I really afford to do that? Okay, if you want, I'll just stab you. If I stop this car, you'd be throwing away the only leverage I have against you right now. Then, by that same logic, if I take away this blade, I would be making the same foolish mistake. I remember this one time someone was like, I've been the only viewer in your stream this whole time, and this is just one of my many side accounts. And everyone just started spamming the same sentence for the funnies, but I'm like, that is genuinely terrifying. Yeah, that would like take me out if someone did that. Ugh. Like, no, I think about shit like that. That's like playing into my delusions. Like, I've had that thought, like, what if someone just comes up to me and they're like, yeah, you're under government surveillance, Elio, while watching all the things you do. We sat there in silence. I guess we're at a standstill then, aren't we? You ever feel like you've been watched? Elio, you have to let us go. The Ligma incident wasn't your fault. Ligma balls! No, it was my fault, actually. My fingernails dug into my shoulder, scalpel nicking at my skin. My dick to bomb. I suppose you are. I suppose we are. Well, you just gotta get to that. You just gotta get to that gas station fast, buddy. Hope that an EMT is just conveniently getting there, having some donuts. There you go. Problem solved. And thank me later. Bun Bun, it's all a lie. I'm just an actor. I can't take it anymore. You can still. No! Don't do that to me, Craig! You're gonna. Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me that my dad, that like left since I was born, is actually in a secret magical dimension and my favorite fictional character is there and I'm married to him and I can shoot fireballs. You're gonna make me play into that delusion! It hurts. Elio hit us with a Ligma joke so hard that we all expired. Let me tell you a story. Okay, maybe I shouldn't use CTRL. Maybe I shouldn't use CTRL to try and skip the dialogue. I still remember Elio falling for the Ligma. Good times. Car. Oh, it's no big deal. The car has already seen much better days, and one little crack wouldn't do any more harm. Oh, that's new. Okay, but have you tried shooting fireballs? I have. Fireball! I used to do that, like, when I was a kid. I'm like, fireball! I'm shooting fireballs at you. You just can't see. It's spiritual fireballs. So you're burning up, right? It's not because we're standing under the sun. It's because I'm shooting fireballs at you, buddy. Ignore it. Use it. It's fine. Oh, okay. I decided to stop. I'm just gonna assume I keep driving. Just gets me the common sense ending. I could even see blood trickling out of your nose. Oh, hey, that's new. Are you like that kid from Stranger Things? You needed help. Badly. Besides, it's not fireballs. You can glide. You just need to get under enough space under you to get started. True. True. I've always like had dreams about me jumping like really high to the point where I can fly. Where I start like deluding myself into thinking that if I jumped I could really go that high. You know? You guys ever do that? Have you tried doing a quarter circle forward before yelling fireball? Very valid. I'll try that next time. Alright, we'll do passenger side this time. I caught you staring at me out of the corner of my eye. I still remember Elio fell for Sokon so hard. I don't even remember who was doing the Sokon joke. I just specifically remembered he was so genuinely kind about it. And I also never heard of the Sokon joke either, so I couldn't warn him. Yeah, it was so funny, because I went and I googled Sokon, and the first thing I saw was an actual convention. And then I scrolled down, and it was an Urban Dictionary for Suck on These Nuts. It was so funny! It's a rarely documented fact that everyone from the age of 35 onwards can perform the Kamehameha wave. Yet so few at such an age have attempted to use this universal ability. Just got a couple more years left, then I can use Kamehameha. Let's go! As soon as I noticed, he turned back towards the window. Always tried doing a Hameha. It worked sometimes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Twy. I'm pretty sure it was Twy that did that. But as soon as I noticed, he turned back towards the window. As I recall, the secret to flying is to throw yourself at the ground and miss. I need something more substantial to keep me awake. Music would have been fine, but the radio still refused to cooperate. What to do? Okay, same dialogue. It's me! The fault lies with me! Elio! Clarity struck me then, almost as quickly as the anger had. As ridiculous as it sounded, much as I barely believed it myself. Me. Just parry gravity. It's not that hard, Five Head. Just do a counter. Pardon? It sounded just as surprised as I felt. But the longer I thought about it, the more it made sense. If I hadn't stopped, if I hadn't picked you up, or given you a lift, this wouldn't have happened. That's some fine reverse victim blaming you got going there, buddy. Not your fault he's trying to kill you. Or maybe it is. Maybe you just ticked him off. Something squeezed down on my chest. Couldn't tell if it was from the impact or something else. How do you figure? Somehow, felt like you were speaking much clearer all of a sudden. But I didn't dwell on it for too long. I should have known better. Don't trust strangers and all that, right? But I need a ride home. It's in the middle of the dark and my legs hurt. What if I get murdered by someone? I wanted to laugh, but it hurt too much to even try. So I should have known better. Someone like you. How else could this have ended? All that frustration, all that blind anger and desperation and bitterness that I had felt. All I could feel now was regret. Are you using that emoji? Solstice! Regret that it had to end this way. I didn't realize how much time had passed until you spoke again. It's not your fault. What? I craned my neck as best as I could to catch a glimpse of you out of the eye I had left. You looked like movement where you'd been. Like you were standing up or something. It's all your fault! The fault lies with you! Ismael! That was impossible, right? Oh yeah, this is... Oh, maybe it's not... Maybe it is new? You couldn't help it. You spoke so softly, as if you were trying to comfort me. Something pressed against my hair. Something warm. Like someone was petting my head. Not another! I sighed. Just couldn't help it. Oh my god, pets! I feel something warm against my head, like someone's patting me. Thank you, Kren. Because it's in your nature. Didn't my nature to get killed, huh? Yeah, you know, that checks out real good. I'm probably the world's easiest murder victim, if I really think about it. One more time. Oh, is this the last loop? Let me tell you a story. Okay, let's stop. Backseat. I hit the brakes. Let's do that. I couldn't take it anymore. I needed you out of my car. Now. Without hesitation or warning, I veered off towards the side of the road and hit the brakes. Real backseat hours. Stop backseating me, you! Except I didn't catch the tree in time. Backseat gaming at its best. My legs weren't moving. My arms weren't either. My body didn't do anything that I told it to. Like in a dream. Or a nightmare. My head was pounding. All I could do was breathe. That was getting harder by the second. It hurt. But eventually, the pain all blended together like white noise. Dull. Comforting. Needles prickled across my skin, cut with shattered bone and shrapnel. A scalpel on your throat, or chat telling you how to play the game. Choices. I'll take the scalpel on the throat. For $5. There was no one else in these woods. There's no one around to help. I was gonna die here. I managed to turn my head to the side, just enough to see you lying in a crumpled heap. You were face down, blood pooling out from under your head. You weren't moving. Oh, he actually died this time! Let's go! This was the end for both of us. Good ending? So I closed my eyes. Let's go! We died! You're gonna kill me anyway. I just knew it somehow. It's almost like I've been living through time loops, like Battler Shidomiya. A random stranger, out in the middle of nowhere. All filthy, acting weird, asking for a ride. Of course she had to be a killer. Or some kind of bad person, at least. Hey! Don't say that! I did that! No one else would have done the same. Surely we will survive. Mission survive. Failed mission. This is the only way things could have ended. I did what I had to do in self-defense. Yeah, that was it. Self-defense. Is this just that short? So it seems? I don't know. My breath shook. I did what I had to do. Right? I expected it to be longer since it was down in the planned games bit in the channel description. Well, I add every game that people leave in the suggestion box in my planned game list. End 2. Self-defense. Is that it? Let's see. Maybe if let me tell you a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. Oh, both of us. The fault lies with both of us, Ishmael! For some reason, I remembered something. Something that hadn't happened yet. Or was it something that was never meant to happen at all? My head spun. Yeah, it's 15 endings, so it's 2 to 3 hours long. I see. The answer that left my mouth wasn't the one either of us had been expecting. We're both to blame. Andre, you like Kren? I beg your pardon. It sounded so off guard, like you had forgotten that you were supposed to be in pain. Like, this is all just some big play. It said something that wasn't in the script. I couldn't even remember why I'd been angry in the first place. I was the one who stopped. I was the one who created this whole situation. And you escalated things, got us to this point. Even if I was the one that crashed the car, even if you were the one that tried to kill me, without both of our actions combined, we wouldn't be here. I couldn't tell how much sense all that actually made. I was losing too much blood, too quickly. All I could feel was the overwhelming desire to kill! 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 Rust. Rest until it all didn't hurt so much anymore. Boring. My good eye closed while the other fluttered and stung. I heard you. Moving, I think. Moving like you were standing up. For some reason, I didn't find that strange at all. Like I'd seen you do it before. And that's when I heard you. You were... You were laughing. Yeah, I was. Laughing like you'd never done it before. Laughing in a way that sounded more like an imitation than the real thing. You know, really? You say so? All along. You wheezed and hiccuped and coughed. All along. The blame was split. How could I have missed it? The game knows. They knew I was faking a laugh. My head was spinning again. It was getting hard to understand what you were saying, much less what you meant by all of it. All along, we were beings of conflicting natures. One of self-sabotage and one of self-preservation. So naturally, we clashed. And now, we're here. You sighed, catching your breath. Your voice was still trembling from laughter. How wonderful do you think it must be to be thoughtless, bereft of consciousness and reason? It's wonderful! I do it every day! How wonderful to live one's life without conflict, and thus without regret. You choked, fighting for air. Were you laughing again? I suppose that must truly be the nature of bad people, yes? Not that they are completely devoid of good intentions and thoughts, but that they have such thoughts and choose to ignore them anyway. Naruhodo. Thoughtless. Naruhodo. I don't understand. I'm thoughtless, I don't. Let's see. Does the clock change each time? I just noticed that. We are the baddies, or are we? This time. Head empty, thoughtless. Nothing there but a peanut. A very delicious peanut. It's Anya's favorite. Okay, did I do passenger seat last time? Or did I do back seat? I think I did back seat last time. I forget. Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't do that one. Okay. It was back seat. You just never learn, do you? I don't! Tell me the truth in red, Beatrice. Again. Oh hey, we got Wool back. Again. This wasn't here before. Again. As many times as it takes. No matter how long, no matter how far. Interesting. No matter how much I had to suffer. The clock changes. Yeah, I noticed. It went from 7 to 8. No matter how many times I rolled back. Ooh, it's making that noise. Who's getting close to that mic? Go away. Get out of here. Stop bumping into the mic. Don't do that. Roberto, stop! Because I needed to keep going. Go back into your cage. Go back over there. Here. Do a potato in there. Go eat it. So I needed to keep running. Because I needed to escape this endless cycle. Oh, is this you? Roberto came back from being unemployed. Something wicked this way, folks. Learning is overrated. I want to be stupid forever, but my job requires that doesn't happen. There. First oak, second bend, on the left. So the only way from here was... run. Forward. My shoes were thinking at this point. Souls couldn't take much more of the same rocks, the same twigs, the same scattered debris. It's another one of the things I had to let stick around each time, as obnoxious as it was. If I wasted my energy rolling back every single little detail, I'd be dead by now. It just wasn't worth it. So I settled for letting a few things slip through the cracks. I didn't have much stamina left as it was. Exhaustion waited at my every step, leaving me lagging behind. Oh, feet cam! Billy! Billy! Are you sure you want me? So my feet? Okay. There you go, Billy! Feet. At last. I'm hanging out with you guys. How's it going, chat? You going good? You hang around here often? Or is this your first time? I didn't have much stamina left, as it was. Exhaustion waited at my every step, leaving me lagging behind. Already 2.5 seconds slower to this landmark. I was running out of time. Enjoying the view? Get his shoelaces, chat. No! Third bend, second slump. Only one option. I asked my mom to tie my shoes. You shouldn't undo them. I don't know how to fix them. So I kept running. As long as I kept moving. As long as I kept running. I'd make it eventually, right? And even if all I was doing was running in place. My lungs burned. couldn't outrun her forever. I knew that much. I'm not stupid. Hey, Beatrice! But I didn't have much of a choice anyway. Untie the shoes, make him trip. Red truth of the day. Her. If I got too far for her liking, she'd pull on my reins and drag me all the way back, kicking and screaming. Not this time. This time I'd make it. Whenever this time would actually be. My muscles screamed, my breath sharp, stinging. This is just the story of Battler Shidomiya. I bit down on my arm, kept me going, distracted from the gate. Pain's like an itch that way. If you ignored it, it would only get worse. Scratch it, and you get relief. If only for a little while. But then your pus leaks out and it's disgusting. So it was Umineko all along. Next then, 8th slump. 8th stump, I mean. 1. Yeah, that was it. Keep running. Keep running. Keep surviving. Make it across the road and... Boom. Did I just get run over? No. No. Not again. Not again. Shit. How could I have been so stupid? The road. I had to wait for the car on the road. He just ran out into the middle of the street. I could almost hear his voice then, muffled, distant, as he stumbled out of his car towards what was left of my body. With the blood clogging up my ears, his words were lost on me. I felt his hands grip my shoulders, trying to shake me awake. Grandma got run over by a reindeer, coming home to our house Christmas Eve. Not that it mattered what he said anyway. There's no chance I'd settle for this ending. Even if my body was broken and bleeding, I could just roll back. Everything would settle into place again, won't it? Like it never happened at all. So I willed myself to roll back. Okay. Almost there. So that's why they gave me that now. Yeah, here we go. So I willed myself to roll back. Oh, okay. Just like that. Watch the world retreat back through time, like a knot coming undone. This must have been hell the program. Oh wait, I guess I just keep rolling back. Then he melted back into the safety of his car. Everything as it should be. Oh! Hello! Huh? What was that? That didn't happen last time, right? Just a hitch, maybe. Then if I... Oh. I was back here. Definitely hadn't been found. Not that quickly. This is a different type of hitch, then. Punishment for rolling back too much, I suppose. Bargain too much with the past, and eventually the past comes to collect. If I waited, I'd eventually end up where I was supposed to be. But that meant dealing with... her. Oh, Beatrice! Even in my own memories, her presence put me on edge. I sat on the edge of my old cot and her on the folding chair across the room. Then, this was one of our sessions together, way back when. Again, number 8. I know you can do better this time. Training sessions, that is. My vision throbbed behind my skull, my nostrils thick with the stench of copper. My nose was bleeding again. I decided not to deviate from the script. I can't. It hurts. Poor Battler, he does not deserve this. He just doesn't believe in magic. Maybe he should have believed in magic then. Maybe then he wouldn't have to go through all this suffering. My voice was small, so fragile and useless. It sounded like a child and I hated it. Wanted to tear that weakness right out of my throat. I know it hurts. You need to try again, okay, number 8? We really are a lab subject. Just like Stranger Things, for real, for real. Didn't I say that? He's like bleeding from his nose, just like 11 from Stranger Things. Just one more time, then you can rest as long as you'd like. Yeah, for real. Really? My blood boiled. Do you promise? I promise. Liar. Liar, liar, liar. Now, one more time. Find out what's on the other side of this card. And then roll back and tell me what it is before I show it to you. Do you understand? My nails dug into my arms as she spoke. Yes, ma'am. How did you know that I can function like I'm a Renpai visual novel player? Hide, I guess. A car would be passing by on the road any second now. If I ran, I'd get hit. So I caught myself on a nearby tree and crouched down into the brush. I always came to the same inevitable conclusion. Maybe you shouldn't, stab him with a scalpel? Just a thought. I couldn't keep going like this. My legs hurt. My stomach groaned. My eyelids begged for rest. I knew how this worked. I'd seen the movies. The movies I was allowed to watch in any case. Crept toward the side of the road and stuck my thumb out, just like I remembered. In the movies, someone always winds up dead by the end, right? I'm surprised they let you watch movies in Stranger Things Lab Zone. I don't know what other choice I had. My scalpel hung heavy against my thigh. The one thing I'd been able to take with me. The one thing that had kept me alive. There had to be a better ending to this. There had to be. I wasn't going to give up, no matter what it took. So he flashed his headlights and pulled over right alongside me. As soon as he came out of the car, I knew something wasn't right. He was too quick about it, too eager. The door shut just a little too loudly. I just knew. He must have remembered. He remembered. He was angry. He was about to hurt me and kill me and send me back and leave me to rot in. We're big, huh? We're big boy. And 12-hour stream. Hey there, monkey! And then he stepped forward. Close. Close. Too close. He was too close. Close enough to grab. Close enough to choke. Close enough to kill. Close enough to hold and squeeze and sigh and whisper and tell me how much he didn't really mean it. Hi, bestie. Hi, how's it going? Close enough to stab, stab, stab! Damn, he didn't even give him a chance to talk that time. His scalpel sank into his side. Stab! Stabby McStab stab! Yay! He gave so easily, like dough, parting around my finger. I'm breathing. You won't in a second! Better start stabbing. I started stabbing all over the place, but it wasn't enough. He pinned me to the ground. My scalpel was still stuck inside him. This time, it hadn't been fatal. He twisted my arm behind my back. Farther, farther, farther. I heard something snap. I screamed into the dirt, tears biting at the edges of my eyes as my arm went limp in his grasp. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Make it stop, please make it stop. They sink through my teeth. I squeeze my eyes shut. Then I died again. When I roll back, I had to go back. I had to. Okay. If I keep going, I can stop this before it happens. Just keep going, even if it hurts. Even if the pain feels absolutely unbearable. It took every ounce of me to stay focused as I lived through the pain all over again. How did they program this? Like the rollback thing. Shit. Just a little further and I'd be free. Now he'll pin me to the ground and... Oh, I can't roll back. Blacked out. Again? But why? They're really running that low? She warned me once. Said that if I rolled back too much, I'd tear myself apart, but they most likely put it as a new phrase, not an overlap. I see. Part of me hoped that it was just another one of her lies. In that case, I knew I had to do whatever I could to find my better ending as quickly as possible. No matter the cost. I took a deep breath, and waited for the memory to end. Beat mode is over. Alright, I'll come back over. There we go. Nice to feed you. Too much shoelaces for a day. No, not this one. Anything but this one. Just trying to hide. Okay. Now I'll just keep rolling back. No, not the. Oh, I can't go back. Trying to hide underneath my cot, but there is no point. You have the other half of the bun now. Yes, hello. She saw everything. I hugged my knees to my chest as the door burst open. I heard her heels when she walked in. 2 sets of boots followed her. Security guards. I tried to be quiet. I tried to be still. I tried to be invisible. But it didn't work, of course. I always wound up right back here, right back in this horrible limbo. A cycle that never ends. The guards pulled me out from under the cot by my ankles and slammed me against the wall, my arms pinned. I struggled. I squirmed and bit and screamed and kicked. Nothing worked. She stood between them, her eyes boring into mine. Couldn't look away even if I tried. You know why you're in trouble, don't you, number 8? I bit my tongue to keep myself from answering on impulse. I think you do. I heard that you tried to run away again last night on number 8. The boys told me you were quite the troublemaker, that you injured 3 of them when they brought you back home. They say you even roped a civilian into your antics. Apparently, you convinced some poor old woman to hide you from us. Is this all true, number 8? Tasted copper again. It's your fault. Oh? You killed her. She was only trying to help, and you killed her for it. Is that right? Yet, you're perfectly aware of what we're capable of, are you not? You know how much I care about you. I don't know if you care for me. I don't know, maybe you care for me in like a toxic way. And you know how far we'd go to bring you back safely to us. Yeah, but I don't want to be with you anymore, lady. Yet even so, knowing all of this, you still put that woman in harm's way. This woman you believe to be so innocent. Are you gaslight harpooning me, lady? Did you ever consider her safety, number 8? Or were you content to use her for your own selfish needs? I'm willing to split responsibility 50-50, Ishmael. Stop it! We didn't kill her, number 8. You did. Don't you be Captain Ahab on me. Shoo. Surely she cares. She cares in a toxic way. She cut my chin, her thumb stroking my cheek. You're not a good person, number 8. You never have been. You're a weapon, a tool, a killer, and nothing more. Don't forget it. It's in your nature. The woman you met knew that. That's why we found chloroform in her coat pocket. I don't want to hear this anymore. I'm the only one who loves you for what you are, number 8. Well, if only there was someone that loved you, lady. I don't want to be here anymore. You know better now than to try and leave me again, don't you? No more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Don't you, number 8? Ah, creepy! No more. Hold on, I want to see that one more time. Oh, I can't. I can't roll back. Damn. Breathe. Breathe. I was out. Back to before he left the car. That was fine. I remembered something. Something important. I remembered what had felt so wrong last time. I focused, trying to collect my thoughts. He is just you. I am you and you are me. We are a happy family. I came out of the car right on schedule. But something was still off. That smile of yours. Usually it was the first thing I saw. Last too, sometimes. This time, it was nowhere to be found. Did you steal Naoto Shirogane's hat? You sick bastard. As much as it put me on edge, seeing you without it somehow felt even worse. Hey, you alright? Where are you headed? Oh. Like clockwork. Same words, same cadence, same ending. What could I do to make things end differently this time? I was resisting not only what fate had in store for me, not only whatever your intentions were, but, in the end, my very own nature. What do you do when you're the one stacking the odds against yourself? A step closer, I expect it this time. Not that it helps. My throat closes up when you approach. An involuntary response. Survival instincts. Look, you need a ride, right? So round and round it goes. If I'm taking you somewhere, but can you at least give me a direction? Anywhere but here. But I knew I couldn't say that. I couldn't give too much away. I picked at the bite marks on my arm, forcing myself to breathe again. Deep breaths. Focus. Do better this time. I met your gaze on apply directly to the forehead, and willed my voice to stay even, stable. Stick to the script. Is there a town nearby? There was that smile. Oh no! Almost as soon as the words left my mouth, your expression shifted. Never get a read on you, no matter how many times I rolled back. Maybe you were out of the lab when you called that lips, Elio. Maybe. Nearby. Not for a while yet, I don't think. I tapped a finger on the inside of my palm, trying to be patient. Next it was, but there should be a gas station at the next exit. About a 20-minute drive or so. I sank my teeth into my lip. Only minor deviances so far. Would it be enough? You want me to take you there? So, would shaking my head be the deviation? I shook my head. Little things. Anything that could possibly make a difference. No offense, buddy. But you're the one that flagged me down in the first place, aren't you? I can't just leave you like this. At least let me get you set up at a motel or something. No, buddy! Figures. Not much tended to change before I got in the car unless I did something drastic. I insist. How are you able to smile so freely like that? I never understand it. Either way then. With a small nod, you turned back towards the car. I watched you closely, making sure you opened the right door. I'm gonna do it. What are you gonna do? Oh, you threw a bear at me. It's kind of cruel, ain't it? I just got mauled by Cocaine Bear. What the fuck? Back seat. Good. My shoulders relaxed, ever so slightly. I suplexed the bear. You suplexed the bear into my face. I didn't like it when you were too friendly, too trusting. Made me nervous. Already seen a lifetime's worth of you. Even so, couldn't risk trusting you back. Yes. Thanks. I appreciate it. I had no idea who you really were, after all. You coming? I'm the truth. Oh, now you're head patting me? Just to rub in the damage into my head a little bit? Think I'm gonna lose some brain cells off of that, huh? My scalpel felt cold, pressing against my skin as I climbed inside. Stab! 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 The smell wasn't any better this time around. Like the bottom of an old ashtray. Hey. My brow furrowed. What? Seatbelt. Oh, right. For some reason, it slipped my mind every single time. You're kinda bad at deviating from the script, bro. Hard to think about road safety when I knew you could send this car hurtling into the next tree at any moment. No seatbelt was gonna help me there. I mean, it could. You never know. You never tried. Put it on. I'm not moving this car until you do. What is script but an easy indication of what not to do? Whatever. Pressed it over my chest and tugged it into the buckle without another word. One time, back when I still wasn't sure what it was, I'd asked you what seatbelts were for. You started asking me a whole lot of questions after that. Ones I didn't like too much. It didn't end well. It was about the time I'd realized that you couldn't know the truth. Not even pieces of it. There's a game about this concept. It's called the Stanley Parable. There's a lot of games about this concept. There's one called Doki Doki Literature Club. People didn't tend to take it too well when they found ticking time bombs in their cars. Eternity gnawed at the edges of my mind, a limbo of my own making. Has Elliot even played the Stanley Parable? I have! I played it before I started streaming. I haven't played the remake, though. Miles passed behind us. The same road, the same trees, the same dark expanse. I never got all the endings, though. Initially I was trying to, like, completionist it, but eventually I got bored. My nails dug into my arms. It was like torture, waiting to see what this loop would have in store for me. It would crash. Another threat, maybe? You tried to turn me into the police? What did I have to do to get the right ending this time? How long would it take until I was free? Just play Stanley Parable again just to get that achievement of playing it after 10 years? Do I even have it in my Steam library? I think I played it on my friend's Steam, because I used to live with a friend. And I think I played it on hers. See, do I have it? Nope, I don't own it. I don't own it. So I must have played it on my friend's PC. The remake is good. Oh, I'm waiting for it. I have 9 years to go still. How long was it that I had to do to get the right ending this time? How long would it take until I was free? How many times would my nature get the better of me? What was I doing wrong? I stung. You moved. You weren't supposed to do that. You only shifted in your seat like that when you were suspicious of me. I glanced up and the drink was gone. Not right, not right, not right, not right at all. I'd left that hitch behind ages ago. More trouble than it was worth. So you were supposed to realize that it was empty when you picked it up to take a seat, to take a sip, and then go back to driving. Like normal. But your cup holder was empty and it wasn't right. Not right at all. Have you realized? Did I get something wrong? Did I make it too obvious? Had I left too many hitches behind? Do you remember everything? Have you ever played Hitch Elevator? Were you just playing along so you could get me back in your car and find the right moment to kill me? Or send me back to her? Much longer until I died again. Much longer until they collared me and locked me away for good. Much longer until the windshield shattered into pieces across my chest. Hitch Elevator. Much longer until... Hey. Oh God. You knew. You knew. You knew! My scalpel was in my hands already. I didn't remember how it got there. So, I've been meaning to ask. Thought you hitchhiking like this anyway. What are you looking to find in town? Are you taunting me? You had to know already. You had to. You waited for my answer. What was I looking for? A better ending. Let's go! I'm looking for a better ending. I knew there was one still out there for me. I knew it. All I had to do was find it. Earn it. There's no way that everything I had been through was for nothing. A better ending? Ending to what? Everything. I thumbed the edge of my scalpel. I don't think I catch your meaning. You have no need to. It's none of your business. I heard you snort. Kind of is. You're in my car, you know? You're not planning on doing something dangerous, are you? The blade stung at my flesh. And if I was... I didn't wait for an answer. His path was already a lost cause. Must have figured it out already. I wouldn't be so careless the next time. Before you realized what I truly was, before you lost control of the wheel, I drove my scalpel into the back of your seat. I prepared myself to start again. Oh, Niall, is this really the ending that I want? On 9. Don't want it to end like this. Or was I? Was he really a bad person? He's just a little complicated. Oh, right. Yeah, he's just trying to get out of the situation without dying. But he's really bad at it. He's really bad at self-preservation. He just stabs without thinking. I think killing does make you a bad person. But what if they're gonna kill you, though? Ain't that self-defense? I was driving through the mountains that night to visit someone on the other side. Okay, we're back with the other guy's perspective. A friend. Met him online a couple months ago. Never saw him in person, though, obviously. You about to get catfished, bro. That would ruin the surprise after. Oh, maybe I'm the catfisher. Tap my fingers against the steering wheel. It's hard to prove that. This area was definitely rustic. Small town, small people, small problems. Just speedrunning all the achievements. Made things easier. I didn't bother messing with the radio any further. I had long since given up the ghost. I ran my thumb over the cross of my neck, thinking, planning. And then I remembered something. Something important. Something that had never happened before. It was a memory nonetheless. Funny how that works, huh? That's when I saw you. Okay, this is the same thing, but technically not. Okay, a spawny thing in dirty clothes on the side of the road, sticking your thumb out. Someone who needed help. So is he like a religious freak? I decided to stop. Couldn't very well abandon you, could I? That strange little memory tugged at the back of my head. But I elected to compromise. I flashed my headlights and pulled over a little further down the road from you. Went straight to the trunk. As I got out, grabbed some essentials from my bag. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Solstice. Gonna drink that drink. Wait. Doesn't seem to be anything in my drink. What could have happened? Phone, first aid, that sort of thing. Even if it was nothing, I figured there is no harm in being prepared. What's that saying again? Stop clock is right twice a day or something? I closed the trunk and started heading down in your direction. And I got the chance to look at the stars as I walked. The sky was gorgeous that night. No light pollution or big ugly buildings to muck things up. I could see the stars the way that the Lord intended. It helped me think, oh no, he's religious! Figured I could hang around this area for a while once I was done with my visit. The air could do me some good. I got close enough. Waved you down to get your attention. You seemed nervous. I didn't blame you. Hands in my pocket, I approached you with a smile on my face. Just didn't feel right not to have one. Yeah, okay, creepy. Creepy guy. As soon as I saw you, I knew I'd make the right decision. You're a sorry sight. You've been wandering these woods for days. I have! Alone, frightened, desperate. Poor thing. You needed help. Badly. Is your idea of help killing someone? Hey, you alright? Where are you headed? No response. He didn't even look me in the eyes. He doesn't have a Bible in his trunk. It's okay. He can recite the Bible off the top of his head? Oh no, it's worse than I thought. He knew something that I didn't. Took a step forward. Didn't even flinch. Take as long as you need, okay? No rush. Just tell me when you're ready. Now that got your attention. He eyed me warily, as if looking for something. I wondered what you thought you would find. Need a ride, right? Just give me a direction and I can take you there. Still nothing. You looked like you were struggling with something. Only God knew what was going on in that head of yours. I'm the god of my own world, bucko. I waited patiently, as long as you needed. Not like I was going much of anywhere. I'm just gonna go catfish some person. You ran your fingernails up and down your arms, as if you were scratching at something. And then, finally met my gaze. Is there a town nearby? Your voice was parched from thirst. You sounded like you were 2 steps from passing out. No wonder you needed my help. Not for a while yet, unfortunately. Wasn't too keen on the idea of bringing someone who knew my face along with me during my visit. Besides, it wasn't really a lie. Wood would forgive me. There should be a gas station at the next exit. At a 20-minute drive or so. I could take you there if you'd like. Another pause. Something was really getting to you. Always with God's blessing. Yeah, that ain't God's blessing, my guy. Life would be so much easier if people were just open with their problems. Easier to help that way. But patience is a virtue. I knew I'd learn the truth eventually. I always did. By killing them! Please. So polite. The way you spoke made it sound like you were trying to impress somebody. Although I knew you didn't have a lick of trust in me. Poor thing. My car is over there. Good for a short walk. No wonder this guy is so wary of him. He's so creepy. Another nod. Not much hesitation this time. Are you already warming up to me? How cute. Not enough to walk ahead of me, I figured. So I took the lead as we made our way back. I'll never forget the 2 pages of the Bible that just talk about how a man summoned 2 bears to maul 42 children because they called him bald. All with approval of God, of course. Yeah. It's okay. If someone insults you for being bald, it is legally within your right, by the laws of God, to sick 2 bears on them. Bible's fucked up. The father who sacrificed his children to prove God he believed in them? Kinda fucked up. And yet Cain gets the eternal suffering for killing his brother? Cain has to live his life constantly in pain and suffering for millions upon millions of years without knowing the sweet release of death? And yet these guys that maul 42 children with 2 bears and sacrifice their children get the go-ahead? God's kind of fucked up. The bears have to be female, though. I see. Skill issue, Cain. I'm Cain's biggest apologist. Fuck you, God. I pressed a kiss to my cross when you weren't looking. No, Cain didn't get to suffer because he killed his brother. He suffers because he lied to God. God's a fucking narcissist. Ah, stars are still so lovely tonight. I almost got lost in them. The steady sound of your footsteps alongside mine kept me on track. I wondered if you realized how loudly you were breathing. How long until you decided to make the first move? How long until that distrust of yours got the better of you? Yeah, dude has an ego complex. He does, for real, for real. Silence is a virtue, so shut the fuck up, God. I was ready to let it happen. I wanted you to have your moment. Patience, as always. You just made it to the car when you finally jumped me. Poor God, if only he made us in Sophie's image. Yeah, if life was just like an Atelier game, I think life would be better. Sophie should become the god of our world, not just the demigod of her universe. Pinned up against the door to the driver's seat, with your scalpel at my neck. Well, that had been your plan anyway. I remembered something that never happened before. And now, my fingers closed around your trembling wrist as you strained, trying so desperately to drive the blade into my flesh. You were too exhausted to use your full strength, so I watched you struggle in vain. And what do you think you're doing? Actually though, other than the existential threats the protags stumble on, life is pretty chill for the most part. Yeah. Okay, maybe the Dusk Trilogy doesn't have it so good because the world is post-apocalyptic and everything is dying. But other than that, life's pretty chill. Your teeth ground against each other, so determined to see this through. Is that any way to repay a stranger's kindness? I tightened my grip, my nails digging into bone and fragile skin. Ugh. You hissed, face scrunched up in pain. It was all the distraction I needed. The side of the car groaned and I slammed your weight into it. My hand was caught in fistfuls of your hair. You hung limply from my grasp like a doll. The scalpel slipped out from your fingertips. Your eye twitched, where the side of your face had made impact. With a sigh, I tossed you back onto the ground. You struggled to sit up. I kicked the scalpel under the car. No time for silly things like that anymore. Ah, you're still trying to fight. Teeth bared, pulling yourself up to your knees. We couldn't have that now, could we? Oh, he's got a gun! So I pulled my gun out of my pocket and aimed it right at your head. You froze, eyes wide as ever, like a deer in the headlights. Poor thing. You really hadn't expected this at all, had you? That's enough. Sit down. To my surprise, you complied rather quickly. Like all the fight in you just vanished. I mean, Dusk is about a resource-strained planet and humanity's fight to keep itself going. True. Also, hi there, Kirama desu! Christian with a gun. You could have known. All it took was a little tough love, huh? There you go. Feeling better now? I stayed locked on the end of the barrel. Went on Reddit. Saw someone in the Otome Isekai subreddit go, "Fuck you. Turns your interesting looking male leads into basic bitch Duke of the North" as a joke, and it's so cursed. It's always the Duke of the North that looks so bitch. Like, it just looks so basic bitch. You're so right. Sophie is about friends chilling out and lesbians lesbianing it up in Grandma's cabin in the mountains. It is. That's why I love it so much. Care to tell me why you decided to stab me in the back? I think my rating so far of like Atelier games is Atelier Aisha #1. I'd have to recheck my feelings for Sophie 1. But either Sophie 1 or Sophie 2, they were both pretty solid. And then Esther Logie, Annie, Iris 2, Totori, blah blah blah. Why would you hurt me this way? In case anyone wants to check it out, yeah, let me see. Let me take a look. I was bored, so I ruined some male leads. Oh no. Oh no! They all look the same! No! They did it to the Beware the Villainous guy! I love him! Why'd you make him a bitch ass? No! He's so cute! Man. Did I finish that? I remember really liking that one. That one was cute. How dare they? He was so cute with his blue hair and pink eyes. Why did you hurt me this way? They done Duke of the North them, which I didn't even realize was a trope. Oh, it is in Otome Isekai. It's always the like basic bitch, brown hair, Duke of the North that is just so boring, pained. I only really know the first guy, Reinhardt, from I failed to abandon the villain, so I cried immediately. Oh, definitely check out, God, I already forgot the name of it. Beware the Villainous. That one was cute. She, like, rescues a guy that, like, was almost about to die and got, like, his tongue cut off. And, like, saves him. He's cute. He's very cute. I kept my voice even, gentle. No sense in losing my temper or anything. You swallowed. I could see your lip trembling. You glanced down at the ground beneath the car. Someone was getting ideas. I flicked the side of the gun with my other hand, finger still on the trigger. You jumped at the sound. Duke of the North is also just usually a huge asshole. He may or may not have a plausible reason to be an asshole, but very common it is not, and you just hate the guy, and he's always the male lead. And the girl is always like, oh, I love him even though he's an asshole, but I gotta be with him because if I don't, I'm gonna die. Always. Like, there was one webcomic where, like, this one girl, like, she got treated by shit by the Lord of the North. And then she, like, went back in time and she's like, I can fix him. Very rare that he is the actual antagonist. True! A Kamega kill had a Duke of the North. Had being the key word there. They changed him. Into being a corpse, that is. Let's try again, shall we? Why were you trying to kill me? You inhaled sharply. Please. Ah, you finally found that voice of yours. What was that? I gestured with the end of my gun. Your chest rose and fell, shaking like a leaf. Please. Please don't kill me. Sounded like you were about to cry. But that didn't exactly answer my question now, did it? One more time. Think carefully, alright? Ugh. Creepy. Come on now. Answer the question. Patience is a virtue. I had so little of it left, I can't exactly help those who refuse to be helped, can I? Holy. I held back this time. The words spilled out of you, ugly and messy and everywhere, like a man at a confessional. Nice smile! You kill anyone with that face? I don't know. I was just scared, and Scared? Dude, if you're gonna be a killer, at least have some class about it, right? He's just so comically villain. I hummed. So then, you acted on instinct? Rabbit. Yes? Nani? Nodded furiously. I couldn't help it, so I... Shave, take a shower, wear some clothes other than a wife beater. There's so many things you can be doing better. Went silent immediately. Just one more question for me. One more and I'll set you free. Her eyes widened. One more, okay? Overall, 2 out of 10 killer. Could see it coming from a mile away. Think carefully. I tilted my head, meeting your eyes. Are you a bad person? You didn't respond. You want to go free, don't you? Answer me then. I'm confused. The driver has the gun? Yeah, the driver has the gun. That is why the guy with the scalpel has been afraid and killing him all this time. Are you a bad person? You stammer uselessly. I don't know. I don't understand what you're... You're not sure? You aren't, are you? Your brow furrowed. I smile. It's alright, I can tell. Bad people. They don't just come popping up out of the ground, you see. The driver has the gun. Me is the driver, and you is the killer. Evil is made. Raised. The world just pushes and pushes and pushes, and sooner or later you start to push back. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? You didn't say a word, but you didn't have to. So, how'd you get to this point? So far did this world push you? I crouched down to meet you at eye level, watching those eyes of yours start to water. Must have been through so much to think that this was your only option. It never ends, does it? No matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you push back, you're always left with the pain. It never ever leaves. The tears streamed all the way down to your chin. An endless cycle. Exactly. Round and round it goes. A life like that is enough to break you. You must be exhausted. He nodded. There was such relief in your face. It's okay, it's okay. You don't have to go through all that anymore. I'll just kill you! I forgive you. The Lord always forgives. I wrapped an arm around your shoulder. You crumpled like a stack of cards. You fell into me with your fists balled up in my shirt, wet with tears and snot. Stab! 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 I held you as long as you needed, kept you as close as I could. Deep breaths. You can rest now. You're free now. Close my eyes, smiling against your neck. You'll never have to suffer again. But I'm suffering now, ain't I? I didn't even realize my gun was at your head until it was too late. Well, you're kinda an asshole. Was he going on a travel to kill someone too? Okay, question. How much more do I have left of this game? Because I should go and take a bath. So I might do the rest of this tomorrow. So let me know how much we have left. Let me see. Let me take a look at the... They have like a guide. Honestly, the thing was 2 to 3 hours max, so I'm a loss on Elio time. Like 20 minutes. Okay, how about I go take a bath first? And then I'll come back. Wait, no, stop. Don't take me at my word. I don't know. We've been playing this for what? 2 hours? Okay. Let me look at the walkthrough. But I need to take a bath. I'm stinky. Let's see. View that list here. Oh wait, that's a list of more trigger warnings. Oh, I should have said that more at the start. Didn't realize there was an extended one because I don't read. Average session. It's an hour. Let's see. We're on 10, right? Let's see. Okay, we got 4 more endings. I'm assuming they're longer. What a Limbus player. I'll say maybe going on tomorrow. There's not a lot left, if I recall correctly. Okay. I will go take my bath then. I'll be back in a jiffy.